Halloween!
There's a pumpkin pale, a witch, and a ghost that glows in the dark. You can get a different one each week until
Halloween!
Hi guys, this is Cool Toys, and what I have here on my table today is a little painting, a drawing I'm going to do. Haven't done something like this probably since I was in 5th grade. But Halloween is coming up, right around the corner. Thought I'd break out some paint and dabble at a little drawing and painting. I know I'm not the best artist in the world. I drew this off camera. I did use something round, this like lid, to make a round pumpkin. I know pumpkins are more oval-like and more narrow, but you all get the picture. I just wanted this to be like fun and just something to do for the holidays. So without further ado, I will start painting this canvas. Are you guys looking forward to Halloween? I always thought of it as a nice holiday, especially as a kid, to go out trick-or-treating and get some candy. Now, as an adult, now you have the opportunity to actually give out the candy. So you're on the other end. When you were a kid, you were dressed up in your costume and you'll go out with your bag, knock on the doors or ring the doorbells and say trick or treat or smell my feet. Give me something stupid like that. Things kids say. But as an adult, you get to be on the other end of the door and give out the candy. And it depends where you live. Some people don't get many trick-or-treaters, and others get tons and tons of trick-or-treaters where they basically like run out of candy. The outer line, I did this in pencil. This canvas you can order on Amazon with this little like stencil that would hold it up. This is all new to me. Like I said, I really haven't done anything like this since I was in school in art class as a little kid. So this is acrylic paint that I usually get from Walmart, and I'm painting this canvas with it. Hopefully it turns out, the way I see it in my mind. I don't know if this pencil is going to show up more than the paint I'm going to be putting on here. I'm going to take black and hopefully like maybe outline this a little bit and maybe mix some colors together and see what we get. But some some pumpkins are bright orange and some are not. Some are like, a little bit yellowish, a little bit tannish. This canvas is soaking up the paint pretty well. You just have to be careful, I guess, going outside the lines. Because down here, I'm going to make this grass. Of course, the pumpkin is orange. Whoops, I just banged the camera. Tripod. Did a little spooky tree over here. I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera or not. Browns and greens. Green down there, and then this is supposed to be the moon up in the corner. Made it like a spooky moon, and these are like clouds or whatever in the sky. Wasn't sure how I'm going to do that or how I'm going to make it really look like a dark night sky, but like I said, we will see how it goes. It'd be cool if I can make it almost like a flickering light inside the pumpkin here. And I would like to do like maybe another painting, maybe of the headless horseman throwing the pumpkin head. That might be my next painting. We'll see. But it's the weekend right now, and I just wanted to spend some time doing something a little bit constructive. I spent the first couple hours playing my Xbox, and when you really think about like how many hours go by when you're playing video games, and if you haven't really if you haven't accomplished anything really, have you? Like maybe getting to the next level, beating the next boss, but you haven't accomplished anything physically in your life. And this is something that's physical and it's meditating. Video games can be meditating, get your mind off things in the world, but painting and using your hands to create something, I think is a different type of therapeutic event that you can do for your mind and your body. And I enjoy it. So far, I'm enjoying it. You guys should all give it a try yourself. Like I said, I'm not a great artist at all. I'm just doing what I can and seeing how it turns out. And this is something that you know could be passed on to my child or future generations. If you're an amazing artist, of course, sign the bottom and hey, pass it down through the generations. If not, this is on YouTube and people can see it for free there, and you can enjoy it from afar. You don't have to see it in person. You don't have to go to like an art gallery. That's a thing with some paintings. You got to go to a museum, an art gallery, and you got to spend money traveling there, buying tickets, and it's a whole day event, a whole day thing. When you're painting in your house, you can just broadcast it on YouTube, the internet, the whole world can see it now, and they can watch you do it. What I'm thinking about is like Bob Ross. I've said in one of my past videos is that when I was a kid, in between watching cartoons on Saturday mornings, I'd be flipping through the channels, and sometimes I would come across Bob Ross. I think it was on like PBS or whatever channel. It was a public um, service PBS station, public service station for the community. And Bob Ross would be on there painting by the numbers and just doing those amazing paintings, painting the woods, waterfalls, mountains, and especially his happy little trees. Well, today we got a little spooky little tree for Halloween. Not sure if Bob Ross ever did a Halloween or a Christmas episode. I'll have to look that up. I just thought about that as we're talking right now. But that would be cool if he did do a holiday episode for his painting. I'll be curious to check that out. I may pause the camera in a few minutes. Once I get to the next color, I'm going to finish up doing the orange here, and I'll be right back. Stand by. All right, I'm back. So here's all the orange filled in for now, and got myself a little bit of red here, flag red, and I got my paint thingy, easel, or whatever you call it, and I'm gonna try and mix a little bit of the orange and red. So, like I was saying, inside his mouth, kind of make it look like there's a flame, or it's just hot inside, red. Not sure. It's okay, I guess. Red. Just have to be careful because I got to get it in these lines, and I really don't want it to bleed over um, into the orange areas. I have a smaller brush, a thinner brush, but I'm s- I'm making it work for now. Let me know in the comments what colors you would want to paint this. If you're thinking of different colors, I should try maybe next time. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Yeah, it's all right, I guess. A little spooky, I guess, to see red inside a pumpkin. When I think of pumpkins, I think of the actual like Halloween movies, Michael Myers, things like that. That was a creepy intro. Pretty much, all the movies they have that pumpkin with the candle lit and the candles like flickering before the movie starts for Halloween, and then the orange letters of Halloween comes up, and at the very end, like has the dagger in it, the knife. It's just the music. The music is what really makes that series, those movies scary. Um, it's amazing to think that if that movie was made with just a different kind of music or uh, you know, beginning to the show, the entry of it, it would be a whole different experience. Just little things in movies can make or break a movie. Like I said, a different theme to the music, a different sound. It might have been off, and people may not have appreciated or gravitated to it, but that chime that they have for the Halloween movies is what really gets people. Hold on, I gotta clean this up. So we got red inside here. I just gotta tighten up some of this orange, and I might put some black for the linings. Like I said, I did this with a pencil to do the outlining, but it's holding up. It's okay, I guess. Gotta clean up some of these areas. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect. It's just however you want to do it. All right, maybe I'm gonna get some brown, tan. Let's try this spooky tree here in the corner. Let's work on that a little bit. So I need a brown. Do I have brown? Yeah, okay. I got this nutmeg brown. We'll give that a shot. Need a different brush. Mix this up a little bit. Let me see if I can bring the camera in and the painting a little bit closer so you guys can see me working on the tree. So I gave the tree like a hollow, spooky face. If this was a hollow tree, some trees actually almost look like they could have a face in them, but it's just, it's rotting out. It's just the color that it's changed to. This brush I'm using right now is kind of stiff. It's not like the bristles are still hard. Guess it didn't soak good enough, or I didn't put enough paint remover on it, but it's actually working out. It's helping me stain the lines here a little bit. And then this branch, I made it look like a hand over here to the side. The eyes, I'm probably going to do maybe a little red again and black. Actually, maybe I should do it green. Let's change color. Well, I'm doing green down here. We'll see. Just going just the way I feel like doing it. Just whatever comes across. All right, I'm going to pause camera again, touch up this tree, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I broke out the green to make it look like some green grass down here at the bottom. That the pumpkins on in like a big pumpkin patch, a big field. Could do a whole bunch of like little small pumpkins in the background maybe, but we'll see. See how it goes. Push this back a little bit. The green I'm using is called, what is it? Spring green. And the brown, not sure if I showed it, but nutmeg brown. And then I use black, obviously, for over here, just regular black. Usually for Halloween, I set up my decorations. This year I may set them up just a little bit earlier, maybe the last week of September. I might put up my Halloween decorations. So I want to get some use out of them. It's a shame, you go and drag all these decorations out of their boxes and wherever you store them. If you have a basement or an attic, it's a lot of work, and setting them up, putting lights and all that, and if you only do it the middle of the month or the beginning of October, it's not a lot of time you get to enjoy it. So you can't put them up too early, and you shouldn't put them up too late either. So you kind of in between. I think the last month of September is perfectly fine to put up your Halloween decorations. The last week of September. And then I'm the type of person like, I like to take them down as soon as possible. So like, you know, I've done it as much as like the day after the holiday. So the day after Halloween, I'm already taking down my decorations. Um, I really don't like it if you see people that it's almost Christmas time and they still have their Halloween decorations up, or especially people that leave their Christmas decorations up year round. I mean, each is your own, you do what you want, but it looks a little tacky for me if it's like spring and you still have Christmas lights on your house. I'm like, hey, come on. I know different people have different reasons, maybe they're disabled, or they can't not very physically active and can't do as much as they normally did, when they were younger. But that's what help is for. And community and neighbors. If you try and have good neighbors, they can help you and you can help them. And that's the best thing about a community is, if you're looking out for each other. Especially, if you're going to go on vacation or something, just say to your neighbor, hey, I'm going on vacation. Please, look after my property and my vehicles while I'm gone. And you do the same for them, just through text messages, and just, when you're going to your workplace, if they're on vacation or vice versa. And just keep an eye if you see a stranger or someone that, you normally don't see over at your neighbor's house, hey, take a picture and text it to them, and they'll say, hey, yeah, that's my cousin, or that's my aunt or uncle, thanks for letting me know. Or you never know, maybe it's someone on the property that's about to do a bad deed, and they'll be like, thank you very much, and they're going to contact the police, or they'll ask you to contact the police for them. So that's what I'm talking about, community and looking out for each other. All right, so that's the green. Let's get another brush, and I'm gonna figure out what I can do for this sky. Obviously, it's nighttime. I'm gonna probably need some like blues and blacks. All right, stand by. All right, I'm back. Did like a little like dirt road here. I don't know. It kind of doesn't look like a dirt road, and then I did the moon with a gray, so it looks like a spooky moon. Um, and I realized like when I was drawing this before I started painting, like I made like it was gonna be like green uh leaves and stuff, like the top of a tree, but duh, it's fall, like there's hardly any leaves left. So, or it can be like the cloud. So hopefully, I may change like the pencil or try to erase it so it looks like it's just a cloud. And this tree, since it's almost dying out, doesn't have any more of its like top branches, or the top of the tree where the greenery will be, the green leaves would be. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm just, going by the fly, just seat of my pants, just going as I go. Like I said, the big thing is going to be making it look like night. So I'm going to see about getting blue and doing some of this blue sky. And I do have a little bit of gray on my brush right now. Like I was saying, I did the moon. So I'll try and do like some of these clouds. If it's a full moon, you can see the clouds at night still. It looks weird. I don't know. I gotta look at it. I might look at like something online to see how people paint clouds to make it look a little more realistic. And all right, let's see what we can do about changing the top of this tree. Like I said, it's not green because there's not any more leaves near the end of fall. And the pencil doesn't erase that great on this canvas, but hopefully paint will cover it up, or won't make it look as bad. All right, that's that. Got some more gray. Let's put it over here. My stomach's growling a little bit. I'm getting hungry. It's almost lunchtime. I had a real early breakfast this morning. I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Couldn't go back to sleep. Went downstairs, made some eggs, had a half of a donut. We went out shopping and they were selling these homemade donuts at the supermarket. They were really, really good. So I just had half and some of the eggs, like I said. So that was earlier this morning. Now I'm hungry again. Over that much time spread, you are going to be hungry. When I did the stem of this pumpkin, I drew it taller originally, and still it's not erasing very good. You can still kind of see the outline of it in the background. All right, that's that. I'll be back. I'm going to pause the camera and try and pick a color for the night sky. Stand by. All right, I'm back. So I mixed a little bit of gray, black, and this blue. Let's see, it's a award blue. And it's kind of giving it the effect I want. I want some blue in it, like, it's like the full moon, kind of making the sky brighter. Oh man, I got to be careful because some of it's too dark. I got to get blue in there. Kind of mixed it in two different palettes, so let's get around this moon. I could do this upper sky with a thicker brush. I'm going to pause camera again and I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So I guess I'm going to call this done for now. Bring the camera in a little closer so you can see. So you guys let me know what you think. I think it turned out okay. I got some family members. They gave me their approval. Maybe they were just being nice and like, yeah, that's good enough. But there you go. There's my little Halloween special, little Halloween episode. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe. This was Cool Toys. Later.